Introducing the Live Cook channel, a unique culinary experience delivered to your door. Co-producers Lance Gibbons and Barbara Elshove-Schmidt share with us how this exciting cook-along concept came about.
Tell me a little bit about how the whole iCook channel concept come about.
Lockdown for me was a bit of an emotional roller coaster when I had, within a week, every event that we had lined up for the rest of basically 2020 cancel or postpone. I remembered Lance at the year-end function. We had a great rapport, and I thought, you know what, I just think this guy would really like to hear what my ideas that I have and how we can pivot through lockdown. So I gave him a call and I told him that I had this idea of doing virtual corporate events. And one of those virtual corporate events included a cooking event, because what better way to connect people and bring people together than through cooking?
From my side, I think it was a lot of lessons learned, but putting the program together and dealing with the chefs and seeing just how much trouble the restaurant industry was going through. And it was great for us to be able to bring both Barbara's skills of corporate meetings and putting people together and our understanding of the industry as a chef to be able to create a recipe that could actually work, that could help everybody involved.
The idea is that you will now be able to click and cook alongside your favorite chef as they produce their own signature dishes right in your kitchen or your living room. A fantastic new initiative. I'm so excited to be part of it, and tonight is going to be filled with fun. And of course, the chef who's going to take us through it all today is none other than the fantastic Frank Dangereux.
Is it iCook or is it Live Cook? How did you come up with the name?
So the name has been an interesting journey, starting out with iCook channel, which was the idea that people would be watching and cooking from their iPads or their iPhones. But as the shows progressed and developed, we realized that we're actually a live streaming show, which sets us apart from anybody else. So we are Live Cook channel, and we're showcasing in real time a demonstration by a chef having those ingredients delivered to your door, where people get to enjoy the cook-along. And we have a presenter who's going to field questions, so it's completely interactive and completely engaging and entertaining. And there's a lot more that we're going to be adding to this channel, so stay tuned.
So turnips, it's a beautiful autumn/winter veg that I'm going to use in that salad. So it's quite interesting because when I actually use a paring knife to slice the turnips because it's quite an odd vegetable. It's got almost like two skins. It's got quite a thick skin. So if you use a peeler, you're just going to have to run it twice.
Tell me a little bit about the personality that is Pete Goffwood and why you chose him as the presenter for the show.
So actually, when we were discussing who we were going to cast for our first episode, my Team Orange Events company being at Nordic Farm Village, Frank Dangereux came to mind. And while I was kind of looking at images and how we could kind of start working on the brand of the channel, there was a lovely picture of Frank and Pete together. And I brought this to the attention of Lance, and that's what actually was the decision to have them do the first episode. Because the relationship between the chef and the presenter is actually of vital importance for this show, because there must be that personality and that relationship must come through. So we contacted Pete and he was delighted about the concept, and we're 100% on board and have been unbelievable when it came to putting the concept into reality.
For me, just looking at your individual plate, I have to also say that for me, when I cook at home, I very seldom do individual plates. I prefer big bowls and big platters that people can pass around. It's more that sort of conviviality of the table. I think for me, individually plated food, unless you're doing soup, is for restaurants. Whereas eating at home with family and friends, I like that passing around and tearing the bread and pouring a big jug of dressing around. I think it's far more fun and part of the meal than attending to your own little individual plate.
What has the response been so far to the first episode? How have people been receiving the concept?
It's been absolutely so heartfelt, all the responses that we've received from the images, and the comments have been flooding in, even to this day, of father and sons cooking together, families cooking together, even grandparents and grandchildren that haven't been able to see each other. They've been cooking the meal together and then jumping onto a Zoom call afterwards and showing their dish with each other, and book clubs coming together, date nights, photographs of couples having a surprise anniversary dinner. We had gift vouchers for birthdays that were delivered to Pretoria from your friend in Cape Town. Next thing, this box arrives and here's your ticket, and and all those experiences were shared with us. And I then realized something. In that moment, I realized that actually we are not in the business of just a channel. Our channel is actually in the business of creating memories and experiences. And it's about connecting people. And although they had all these people were all separately in their homes cooking together with Frank, I actually felt a huge sense of community, a huge sense of togetherness with all these people that were cooking from all over. And it was beautiful.
Frank, I'd like to raise a glass and say thank you very much. It's been stunning watching you cook. Adieu, and thank you very much, people.